Yeah.
You usually say something
I
first.
mean, I thought you was coming in hot, dude.
No.
But we came in soft, bro.
Came in so soft.
We came in looking for something.
But the bomb.
Came in on a prayer. It's good to be back. It's good to be in the fold amongst the honkies. The white. I think.
White?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. We do not have a diverse group yet. We have a pretty. Honest honkies is very fitting.
Those race analytics aren't adding up.
Yeah, dude, YouTube was showing me analytics and it said, please get some DEI. Please.
Well, I mean, you can't blame us. I mean, our name is Honkies.
That's true.
We kind of only
But
attract a certain subgroup.
But if you are, like, you know, a minority and you're listening to Honest Honkies, that's got to be beast, you know?
Yeah, if you're, you know, is it less pigment or more pigment?
More?
If you got more pigment than us,
You're beast.
you're on the right track. I'd say.
But yeah, dude, we're coming in hard because we have some loyal Patreon members
Yes, we do.
that are in there that are just surfing in our unending sea of Patreon content.
Yeah.
And they're asking us questions in there like you could too if you're on our Patreon.
Yeah, this member asked us a couple questions because she gets that privilege. At least I think it's a she. When I read first Redhead 12, I think of redhead women. So.
And I'm hoping they're not 12.
Yeah, exactly. So this person has asked us questions because they get that privilege because they pay us money. So if you want to ask us a question, you got to pay us money first.
Yeah. Stop with the promo, dude. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. First question. I'll let you answer, and then I'll answer because it'll take me a minute.
Which one of the honkies?
Yeah. So this Patreon member asks, which one of the honkies is most likely to survive the zombie apocalypse and why?
I would say.
You obviously know the answer to this.
I would say, listen, you are most likely to survive based off of probably fitness.
Okay.
But I would be able to manipulate people.
I thought you were about to say the zombies.
I would rationalize their rations into my rations.
Okay, well, this is what I was going to say. What does this user mean by survive? Because there's a difference between, you know, surviving and living, right?
Yeah.
So survive, you.
Really?
Live me.
Wait, what's survive?
Just making it.
You think you'd be thriving? Is what you're saying?
No, I'd be living, you know. Like,
what's living?
Like LIVIN. Living is like having a life, right? Instead of just making it. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, that's how you feel about me?
This is what they asked, bro. I'm just answering the question.
You think I'd be scraping by and you'd be...
You said you'd be manipulating people. Yeah, you'd be scraping.
No,
if you're manipulating people to make it, you're scraping.
No, I'd be living it up.
No.
I'd say, you know what I would do? And
What?
let's be topical. I realized that all I need is something cool to happen. Because whenever the solar eclipse happened yesterday or whenever, I realized I finally understood why people were sacrificing children. Because when the sun went away, dude, I was like, I would believe. If I had no knowledge and it went literally nighttime for 2 seconds, bro.
Okay, I don't know what that has to do with this question at all.
Because I would realize that I would have to become the zombie whisperer. I would have to somehow, you know, manipulate my circumstances in order to achieve the respect of the majority.
So you try to communicate with the zombies.
Communicate with the zombies, become a sex icon.
Zombie king.
In the zombie apocalypse. I
Become
would
a zombie playboy.
I would have to figure out my niche, you know? I'd have to become the apocalypse influencer of sorts. I'd have to have no substance to my being besides the pure
Sex appeal.
besides sex appeal.
Okay.
That'd be my way to maneuver through the apocalypse.
Okay. So you're going through influencer technique in the zombie apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, you could gain some popularity within the tribes or communities or whatever. People be like, "Oh, that's Shane the sex icon. We can't kill him, you know."
Yeah.
He's got too much clout among the dead.
Yeah, because if you kill me, what do you have left, huh? Ham? What do you have?
Some
a
loin.
couple guns? You don't have
Maybe.
the reason we stay alive, which is to put me
Which
in
is you.
which is to put me in a chariot so I don't have to walk. At least 4 guys on each pole holding me up. That's worth living. If you have somebody that you can look up to and say, he's better than all of us. That's what we're staying alive for.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
back to you. You'd be living.
I'd just be living, you know. I try to start a family.
You'd be like Ron Swanson in Last of Us?
No, not exactly. No, not exactly that. But I would be living. I'll try to make the best of it, you know. I don't think I would make myself into some, you know, messianic figure or anything, unlike somebody here. But I would, yeah. I think I'd be living. I wouldn't be surviving.
Would you, okay, so you'd be surviving. Do you think you'd be a risky apocalypse survivor? Would you risk it for the biscuit? Or are you playing more conservative cards?
You got to do a little both. Mix it up.
Do you think you would kind of want that adrenaline?
In the apocalypse?
Yeah, you'd be like, you know, let me go hack about 20 zombies, see where I'm at.
I think it'd be kind of cool to just let out some steam, you know, just stabbing, you know, a horde.
But one bite.
Just wear armor.
You're willing to risk it all?
Just wear armor. I don't know. I think we beat this answer. Beat this horse. I don't know what I'm saying.
The important part of the question, the answer to the question is we're both living because obviously
one of us is living, one of us is ruling with an iron fist.
I'm not an iron fist. I'm the people's kingsman. For king and country.
So you're the people's, not the zombies? I thought you were the zombies.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not seducing the zombies. I'm seducing the subjects.
Oh.
People.
Okay.
Not subjects.
Gotcha.
Wait.
Well, go ahead and read the next one. What else did they say?
Would you rather be friends with a baby that has $10 million, but he's a huge jerk, but he might leave you the money if you remained his friend? Or a wise baby that knows your future, but can only speak in a language you don't know yet?
So I have a question about this question.
Okay.
What is why a baby? That has nothing to do with anything else in the question.
Yeah, that's true. Why
do they use the baby as a person? It could have just been a regular person.
A baby is either easier to smother.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it a baby? Would you rather be friends with a baby? That's kind of pedophilic.
This is the dumbest. This is actually super easy to answer. It's
Okay, let's hear it.
It's the first one. Because you can't understand a baby anyway, right? Okay. And if they speak a language you don't know yet, it's obvious. That's just a baby.
I would say that one word makes a big difference. It says a wise baby that knows your future. If it's the future, I think it's a big deal. I think if you can, you know, place gambling bets, get rich, you know, and he's chill and not a jerk, you know, I think that's a game changer. So the only piece of the puzzle left is you have to figure out, you know, you have to get the right Tonka truck and the right race horse, you know, which horses win in the race, but also give them toys and try to get them to explain it.
What? I don't know.
Like
I changed my answer.
If the baby knows the future, that's kind of hype.
Well, it doesn't know the future. It knows your future.
Well, it's because, yeah,
but
it's obviously the first one.
No. I changed my answer. No, because it says at the end of the first scenario, it says that the baby might leave you the money. So even if you raise this huge jerk of a baby, for however long, he might give you money. You don't even have a guarantee.
Is
But
is
the baby who knows your future knows your future.
Is the
There's a
person in this
guarantee
story Camden?
there. Camden, what?
I feel like he's waiting on the 10 million.
No, this is.
But
Yeah, if you read into that, clear answer is not my original answer. It's the last baby, because there's a guarantee there. And if you're raising it, you can raise it to speak English.
But the thing is, there's a curse within knowing your future too. No,
How's that a curse?
I think
when
I would
you know
feel,
you die.
I think I'd feel significantly worse if I knew when.
When
'Cause
you
I would
die.
Because I would never feel like I was doing enough to get ready for the day.
I guess the question needs to be more detailed in what exactly they know about your future, maybe.
It says your future.
So you'd rather not know when you die. So you'd rather have the chance of you having $10 million instead of knowing when you die.
I'm gonna go back to manipulation tactics. It's very simple. I get the baby
Manipulate the baby.
I stop giving him crappy peas and carrots, baby vomit food.
Uh-huh.
I start giving him primo food, brownies, ice cream. I get him on my good side.
You chub him up?
I would chub him up. He's still my friend. I get him to sign the will, smother the baby.
What? Why?
So the will is mine. $10 million. I secure the $10 million. I do what it
The
takes.
baby cannot sign a will. It's going to be
Why not?
an adult by now.
Okay, I adopt the baby.
Okay.
Baby's mine. Make sure the baby doesn't have kids to give an inheritance to.
Make sure the baby knows that he's not adopted too.
I raise him. Then I would start to feel bad for, doing off with the baby early
Mm-hmm.
when I adopted him, because then, I'm taking out my son to get $10 million, which isn't even that much, really.
Okay.
It's not
Mr. Rich?
it's a lot, but it's not. I can't buy a yacht. I can just
Bruh.
live comfortable.
That's so crazy. Everybody hates you right now.
But if you have to kill your own son, you want to be able to buy a big boat. You don't want to,
I feel like if you kill your own son, you can probably cover up really well with $10 million.
You can what?
You can cover it up with $10 million.
Easy. Give me $20.
All you need is $20 to cover up a murder?
Yeah.
Well, you need some ammonia and a rag.
Acid.
Acid, okay. A tub of acid.
Dissolve it.
Okay.
Or buy a pig.
So your answer is the first option. Huge jerk of a baby.
Because
The possibility of they might leave you $10 million.
how big of a jerk can the baby be, dude?
It says huge in all caps.
Put it in a crib, lock the door. P.S., dude, problem solved.
Right, okay, that's actually a good point. What can the baby do? Like, if the baby's a huge jerk, what can it do? Just cry all the time? Just get some earplugs.
True.
You just pee all the time? Suck it up.
Okay, dude, think about this. A device that makes a baby stop crying, $100 bajillion invention.
It's called a pacifier.
They can spit it out.
Not if it has a strap around it.
Dude, okay. Whoever came up with the pacifier definitely had to pitch it carefully. He's like, guys, you know how babies are crying all the time? What if we just shove something in its mouth?
And they suck on it.
But it called it a pacifier. Oh, its name is Pacify. You're making the baby chill out.
Is that what that means?
Where did we come up with pacifier?
Well, is pacify a word?
Yeah, like a pacifist, like somebody that doesn't kill people.
That's not what that means.
Yes, it does.
Well, that's not what passive is. If pacify is a word, there's no way.
Yeah, this is a pacifier.
What? Well, then how do we get the word binky? It's called a binky too, right?
Because you couldn't pronounce pacifier with your baby lisp.
Can I get pacifier?
A binky.
Pacify with a Y?
Yeah, I think so.
It is a word. To make it peaceful or quiet. Pacify a crying child. Huh. So what does binky mean? Bink?
Bink.
Bink. What does bink mean?
Bink, bink in my mouth.
I'm looking up bink. Also heard
that's
of it
where you
called
store your money.
a passy.
Yeah, but that's just short, Josh. Josh, these aren't
Easy.
real words.
Bink is not a real word either.
Yes, dude.
Wait, Bink definition: a bench to sit on. Okay, that's not it.
Put that baby's mouth on a bench, dude.
Okay, we've been on this too long. So you're going with the first option. I'm going the second. Lock it in.
Yeah, I'm going first option. I'll do
Alright.
what it takes to get 10 million.
All right.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's going for the money. So you've got money. You're going for money. You're going for sex icon. All right, that's great. So the third and final question, real quick. They ask, would the Honkies rather live in a fully stocked underground bunker where you can go up to the world one day a year, but you are safe from any world events, or a very rare, nice houseboat where you can travel the world, but you can never sleep on dry land and have to return the boat before dark?
Where you can never sleep on land. What?
I'm claustrophobic, dude. I have to do the houseboat. I can't be.
So
I
there's
cannot
no
be
danger.
stuck.
There's no danger with the houseboat unless you're on land at night.
Well, you can't sleep on land.
I mean, what's
Have
the
to
problem
return the
with that?
boat.
Unless you got boat sickness. Unless you got
Seasick.
yeah.
I think I got that once, but I don't know if I got it anymore.
Bunker all the time. Hold on.
Dude.
Where you can go up to the one day a year?
Yeah,
That sucks.
there's no way I'm doing that. You
What,
see?
okay, what items in there would keep you in the bunker? You got ping
Some
pong,
games.
friends.
How big is the bunker?
What if it's huge bunker? You get all the friends you want,
It says stocked.
stocked with friends, ping pong table. What if you have almost everything you want, but you just can't go up? What if you just can't see trees? But you got all your bros.
What if there's trees down there? What if it's so big there's trees down there and like a pool and like...
What if it was like the world up there, but like down here?
Okay, that's kind of cheating. I imagine it being the size of this place. There's no way I'm staying in there for a year. No way I am.
Okay, what if it is a 3-bedroom apartment, but everything that you would want? Friends, board games, 3D printer.
I need space, dude. I need places to go. I cannot sit still in a place for too long. It's
You
just
can
how
run.
I am.
You can run.
What?
Treadmill. You can do treadmill.
No, dude, I can't. Stop trying to make me change my answer.
I don't even know why I'm going for this answer. I think the boat is more lit anyways because you just have to be back on the boat at night.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's just there's a couple things there. Yeah, it's a boat for sure.
And
Yeah, who wants to be safe anyway?
And if you're huge brain, you go to Alaska where it's day for like 30 days or something, and you party.
Mm. It's a cold sea though.
It's okay. You don't have to go back. Oh, dude, imagine you're partying in Alaska for 30 days while it's sunny. Go back to the boat on the last day. Boat's gone. Tough one.
What happens then? You just die?
Then the vampires or whatever come get you.
Sleep on dry land. That's crazy. Well, thanks for those questions, loyal Patreon member.
I thought you said
You a
oil.
real one for that.
I thought you said oil.
Oil.
Oh.
Yeah. So wait, you mentioned earlier your Eclipse situation.
Yeah.
It was cool, right?
Outer body experience.
Outer body. It was cool. I mean, like, okay, so I got to work on yesterday, and I still didn't have a pair of those glasses that you're supposed to
Dang.
look at.
So you raw dogged it.
Well, yeah, well, I did, but I looked at it in totality, so it was blocking out the whole sun, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, people are so dumb because they're like, why do you have to wear glasses to look at the eclipse? And it's like, you're still looking at the sun. You don't just look at the sun without, some sunglasses or,
Yeah,
those
but
kind of glasses.
when I was a kid, I used to think it was fun to look at the sun.
I'm sure you thought that.
And I have good eyesight,
just-
so what's going on?
You're an interesting person, that's why.
Yeah, but why is my eyesight fine if I literally thought it was fun to look at the sun? Like, we're driving, long car ride in the car. I say, sun's about eye level right now. Let me take a peek.
I don't know.
I mean,
I saw this funny meme. of the guy. It said the caption was something like the guy who bought like the 50 cent solar eclipse glasses like last minute,
Yeah.
and he's got like this there's like a black dot in his vision like right there, and one of the comments was like built-in reticle.
Ooh.
So you can just
Ooh, true, actually.
built-in reticle, bro. I was cracking
could.
up.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a hack, dude. Just look at the sun, you'll get insta reticle.
laser dot,
Yeah.
red dot.
No, but I thought it was cool. Like, I was totally expecting not to be able to look at it, but then I was like, you can probably look at it in totality.
Yeah.
I think my mom told me that, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that.
I think it's
And it was
not
super
good
cool.
for you, but it's fine.
I wasn't affected really.
So
But it
you
was
were
really
out.
cool.
You were outside
Mm-hmm.
in the elements.
Yeah, I thought it was super duper cool, cooler than I thought it was gonna be. But I think what was even cooler than that was like watching everything get brighter. Like as soon as it was going by, like you could see everything just like immediately get brighter. It was like watching the sunrise in like 20,000 speed. Like I wasn't, 'cause I couldn't look up there anymore, right? Because the sun was peeking out. So I was just like looking around. It was just like,
Well, I was thinking the opposite. That's crazy, but that is true. That's kind of cool too.
yeah,
Because I took a video, and I didn't even mean to do it. I was kind of trying to get content for the Patreon. Not gonna lie, I was trying to get Eclipse content,
Okay.
and I was like taking the video down here, and in 10 seconds,
Way down there.
and like staring up.
Okay.
If I was looking up at me, I was trying to get the Eclipse and my face in it,
Okay.
but in 10 seconds, it went from light to dark.
Yeah.
So dark that the street lights turned on around me.
Yeah. Same.
And I was like, what? And you can see it on the video. You can see my face like bright, just all the way dark.
Just change of teams.
In 10 seconds. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I
Mhm.
will say I definitely understood, like, if that happened and I didn't know about science, bro,
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah, I was thinking
I would
that too.
offer my goat so
I was
quick.
like, do you imagine when this happened with like cavemen around?
Yeah. Oh,
They were like,
oh,
and then 4 minutes passed by. They're like, oh, it's chill. We're good
it
now.
was so quick, dude. I was sad.
Yeah, it was really fast.
And thinking,
Can't have too much of a good thing though, you know.
well, the craziest thing to me is that, like, there's a chance I see another one, but like that most likely is the one.
There's gonna be another one, 2045.
Yeah, but it'll go in like Oklahoma. So are you really gonna make a trip to Oklahoma?
Oh,
Can't
it's
say
gonna be in
pain.
Oklahoma.
So yeah, I think up there. I saw
Oh.
the path this year was kind of like up,
Yeah, it was
like kind of vertical through America. Next one's gonna be more horizontal.
Interesting.
But it's like, what are the odds that you actually make that trip or even remember? You probably
yeah,
forget.
the last time, because I saw the one in 2017, because I was in Tennessee.
But it
at that
wasn't
time.
full.
I don't know
No?
if it was full or not. I don't remember, but I remember it happening. And that was the first time I ever experienced that, and I was like, "This is super cool." When's the next one? Is the next one gonna be next year at the same time? No, it was not. But yeah, so you're at work too. You just went outside with everybody.
Yeah, my work had a party, bro. They had
They
had
solar
gla-
eclipse party.
They had glasses for everybody.
Dude, my
they
work
had-
my work doesn't do stuff like that.
My work had glasses for everybody, glow sticks, bro, that were chill for
I saw
2
you
minutes.
wearing the
They had
Saw you
they
wearing
gave
that.
us all Moon Rocks, which is Pop Rocks but off-brand.
Okay,
Mars bars, Milky Way bar.
nice.
What's the other one? Three Musketeers, but I didn't understand that one.
Yeah, I don't know what the other one is.
Eclipse gum.
Mm,
Those go hype.
good.
Dude, nothing better than popping the gum out of the foil. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Same with like,
When you push
Medicine?
it through. Dude,
yeah,
bring that to all gum.
bro. That and like the feeling and the sound when you're taking off like some film on a screen for the first time. Ooh, that hits a part of your brain that you just want to tickle again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, dude. I just want to buy another computer or
It hits
something
stuff.
just for that.
If you peel off that screen, homie.
That's kind of the same feeling that we got as like the Eclipse, you know? Like you can't do that again. Once you take it off, you can't do it again.
And you know what, dude? If you had another one right after it, it wouldn't be the same.
No. It
You know,
wouldn't, because you just got that little dopamine hit.
If you got that new iPhone, you
Yeah.
pull it off. Next one, you go,
Yeah, you're like, that one wasn't as good.
it's that dragon, bro. You can't catch.
It's the too much of a good thing, man.
You know, whenever you put on a nice, sometimes you put on a nice song, and man, it's a good song.
Yeah.
You get that feeling, and then you try to follow it up. It's hard to follow up.
Or you play it again, like right afterwards. You gotta wait. You gotta buffer it with a couple more songs in between. And you go back to it.
Dang it, dude.
Oh man, that's good.
Why
What's the last song you listened to that hit you like that?
Wait, what? Cowboy Carter?
Yeah. Texas Hold'em.
What's the last song?
I'm trying to think. I found a gold mine earlier this week, actually.
What?
The new song by Khalid.
Oh, dude, me and Khalid go together. Like,
Please Don't Fall in Love with Me. That's a good one. That one hit too.
Dude, if you put on Location right now, I'll drop my pants and sing.
Location.
Send me your location.
All right, we're gonna copyright it. So yeah, that's like the only cool thing that's happened recently. I went camping.
Wait, hold up. One more though.
No.
Did you not? Like, I felt whenever I saw the eclipse though, I felt like urgency in my life. I felt, that was it. That was the one time I get to see that, and most likely. And so I kind of thought, dang, my life's not that big. You know? That didn't hit you at all?
No, I felt a sense of community, actually, for, like, the first time.
Really?
Because, cause everybody in Texas, really, was looking at this one thing for 4 minutes.
Dang.
If you think about it, like, I walk outside, and there's people outside from my work just, like, looking up at the sky. We're all just, like, looking up at the sky. And when it was in full totality, I could hear people cheering, like, around me, like, in the distance.
Really?
I could hear cheers, and they're, like, clapping and stuff. And I was like, man, this is kind of cool. Like, people actually, like, when's the last time you've had a sense of like, oneness/community in, like, America? I can't even remember.
There's that, but I also saw somebody post first Little Mermaid, now this. You know? They did. Like, you know, they changed Little Mermaid, now they're trying to change the sun.
The sun switched sides, bro.
So, but it came back.
That is so funny, dude. I'm trying to make it political.
No, but I feel what you're saying. I also feel like definitely pickpocket or like heaven. You know?
Huh?
Everybody's focused on the sun, looking up. You just 12 pockets in a line. You grab everybody's money, phone, wallet. If you're a pickpocketer during the solar eclipse.
Yeah, I guess so. Get you trying to manipulate and steal and purge.
Dang, what's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Tell me about this camping trip so I start thinking about somebody else.
Yeah, I went on a little mini camping trip over the weekend. Felt like I was there for one night, but I felt like I was there for like 3 days. So tired.
You were there for one night?
Yeah.
Did you set up?
It was mini.
You set up base camp, like pitch tents and.
Well, I use camping very.
Was it cabin?
No, I had my rooftop tent with me, and I slept in that. But I was like watching kids the whole time because it was like a church event, so.
And
that's what wore me out because we just like was playing games like the whole time, like outdoor, like kickball and volleyball and stuff.
And I saw you were on your beat. Really, you had, you were cooking a kid. You had him above the fire on your beat reel.
Yeah, I think we ran out of food at one point. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you posted a kid.
Oh yeah,
over the flames were like 3 foot high, and you put a kid up.
Yeah, this guy was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna jump over that," and he's like, "If I do, will you do it?" I was like, "Sure, whatever." And I was like, "Wait, let me get my be real," and I got it like perfectly. And so he was just jumping over the fire.
Bet.
Yeah.
And that wore you out?
I was tired. I mean, I got like 5 hours of sleep. I went to bed at like 2 a.m. We played poker like all night. I won everybody's money.
Did you really?
Money.
But you don't like poker, no?
Oh, dude, poker's fun. Poker's real fun.
How's it feel just cleaning the house with all those kids?
Oh, and taking kids' money is the greatest feeling.
And then putting them to bed, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, nights out.
Dude, the top 3 feelings, bro. solar eclipse, peeling that film off stuff, and taking kids' money. Dude. Yeah, chase that feeling. No, I ate really bad the whole week.
Ate?
They just had like junk food.
What'd they
everywhere.
bring?
Goldfish, Oreos, cookies, Rice Krispie treats, all this Airheads. I had an Airhead. It's so good. Man, I just ate badly though.
No wonder you felt bad.
I also had pulled pork. I love pulled pork. Pulled pork, good.
Pulled pork, nice.
Oh, dude, he had this barbecue sauce, but it didn't say barbecue sauce. It said vinegar sauce. But it's barbecue sauce, but like watery, runny. You've had it? I assume you haven't had that.
No, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so it was really good. But he's like, yeah, this is kind of like a North Carolina thing, North Carolina barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And he said even over there they have it even more runny, more vinegar. I'm like, dude, this is good stuff. Because thick barbecue sauce, not my style.
Yeah, we have our barbecue sauce down here in Texas almost like syrup.
Yeah. Super thick. Yeah.
Well, did you, so you said you didn't feel too well. Do you think you would, that kind of give you a glimpse into having kids? Give you any worries? Like, dang, these guys are exhausting.
No, I didn't think that one time.
What about now?
I was just tired because I got 5 hours of sleep. That's really it. And we just activity the whole time.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I still want kids. It didn't deter me from not wanting kids.
Bro, whenever we were in Boy Scouts, I that just made me, when you were talking about bad snacks, that made me remember. We had, in my troop, we had 3 patrols. And what the patrol is basically there's an elder scout, and he's in charge of like 10 or 12 younger scouts.
Is he the one who touched you?
No.
Okay.
Did not happen, guys. Josh making a stupid joke. No. So there's 3 patrol leaders, and they're in charge of their younger kids because they kind of splits up the work, taking kids.
Yeah.
There was always teacher's pet patrol, basically. They were trying to do everything right.
Okay.
There was always like the dudes that are trying their best. They're just not there, but they're trying their best.
Yeah.
And then there was always the screw offs, bro. Sometimes.
That was you.
But the way that it showed itself was always the food, because the patrol leader would have to either bring the food for the week and decide amongst the people, or select somebody to go get the food for the week. So always, bro, you'd have, teacher's pet. They bring in, omelets, bacon, everything that's great on a camp out.
Mm-hmm.
Screw off patrol is bringing literally 6 boxes of Pop-Tarts, the 48 packs.
The bologna.
And they're getting bologna. They're getting all the kids wired and just. And it got so bad that it became like a troop rule, like, hey, nobody's allowed to bring Pop-Tarts. And so
Pop-Tarts?
And so then obviously it became
good joke.
Black market. You stuff in your sleeping bag with Pop-Tarts. You stuck in little Jimmy's pants with Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
You doing whatever you can to get a little cherry crisp.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar's nice too. The only one that kind of sucks is that I never cared for that Oreo one.
Oh, dude. The s'more one?
The small one, I don't know.
Oh, so good, dude.
I didn't like that one much. I was always a big cherry guy.
Basic. I'm kidding.
But when you let dudes have like free reign of the patrol like that, like that's what's gonna happen.
I thought you were gonna say like the leaders, the troop leaders, whatever, would make you like do your work, and then they'd feed you. So it's like you had to do your work so that they would feed you. Kind of like slave labor or something.
That's kind of how the teacher's pet one went. They would, hey, everybody, bed's made, bop, bop.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get lunch or dinner or whatever.
Kind of how it should be, honestly. I mean, it makes sense.
It was a nice society because every 6 months or so you would elect a new patrol leader, and so it was really the best version of capitalism. Because you would elect who you wanted to be your 3 leaders, and then you would the 3 leaders would pick who they wanted in their patrol. So you kind of were electing the guy you wanted to be in charge of you, and so the screw-offs fed the screw-offs, and the overachievers fed the overachievers.
Well, at that point you have like cliques.
Basically,
That's it's a horrible thing.
But
That's crazy.
But at the end of the week, when you only have Pop-Tarts for 3 days, you're like, dang, maybe I should go over to the other patrol. Maybe I should clean up my act. Maybe I should get some merit badges.
Yeah, maybe I need to go talk to the others.
It was a nice system.
Well, I think, having to do your work to eat, that's a good system, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Because kids like structure.
They do.
As much as they don't want to admit it, they like structure. They like to have rules. That's probably why it was so fun,
It was because it was so. I don't know. I don't want to say stupid, but it was stupid. Like every meeting, you start the meeting with the flags come in, Pledge of Allegiance right there, bop, salute, Scouts honor, and after that point, you're like, I'm the freaking man right now, dude. I got it all.
Point?
I got it all lined up,
Okay.
You're like, man, watch me help this grandma across the road.
Word.
Man, we need some of that right now, huh?
Yeah, we need some structure. We need some
pride.
I kind of challenge every listener here just to pledge allegiance to the flag every morning, just in your room.
Do you know how good that day would be?
On it, dude. In elementary school, I was like, "This is so cool." That's a sense of unity, bro. And in the morning at 2nd grade, we got that pledge of allegiance. I come on intercom, and everybody stood up and was like,
"Dude, if you treat the flag like the solar eclipse, we're gonna have a good time."
You're gonna have a good time. It's a sacred moment for 4 minutes.
See that thing go up? Say, "Praise God, baby. I'm here. I'm ready to take the day."
Amen.
Whew.
Amen, dude.
Okay. So when you was with kids, you didn't get
with kids. What?
You didn't get no kind of thing. I need some of these vibes.
Oh, I need some of these.
Yeah.
I've been public on this podcast about wanting kids.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait to be a dad, bro.
What do you think are some advantages of having kids early and having them late?
Like late term? Premature?
Yeah, some 40 weekers. Some big bellies. No, I mean, let's say specifically.
You mean at your age or
specifically,
later age?
Maybe you're 22, 23, or let's see, maybe up to 25, and then kids when you're like 30, 35.
Well, I think there's benefits to both. I'll start with the younger end. So in your early 20s, mid 20s, I think it's a great idea to have kids at that age.
Surprise.
Huh?
I'm just playing.
What? I think it's great idea to have kids at that age if you believe you're mature enough to handle that. I don't think people should just be having kids just because, for whatever reason. I think you need to know what know what you're doing. And you need to be, I don't know if I would dare say financially stable. I would think that's a good idea.
It's a good thought.
But because having a kid young, you'll mature quick.
Exactly. Right? Like, that's what I heard somebody asked Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
What he would do as a young man asking Tucker Carlson what he should do to like be successful or be a better man, basically.
Okay.
He said, have kids immediately, as quick as you can. And I was like, that's a wild thing, because in your mind you're like, dang, not just anybody should just have kids. But he said, which is sadly very true, he said, a lot of the times men only start doing stuff when they need to. We're kind of procrastinators.
Yeah.
So if you put yourself in a situation where you got to step up to the plate, you might hit a home run.
Yeah, you've probably heard that there's never a good time to have a kid,
Oh, yeah.
So
no shot.
Might as well do it now. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the younger end. Older end, obviously, I mean, hopefully you're mature when you're 40 or 45, but still, I mean, if you can have them, and if you want a kid, and I would say it's a good thing.
But do you think you're doing, like, financially, I guess, unless you're like a really rare case, if you have kids when you're 20, 25, those kids are going to grow up poor-ish and not, do you think there's any advantage to waiting to have kids when you have more funds and resources, not to give them a cozy life, but to give them more advantages? Like, give them, I don't know, whatever you could think of with monetarily.
Well, sure. I mean, obviously, yes. I mean, there's advantages to having kids whenever you're financially in a place to have them and have them comfortably. But again, if you're quote unquote poor and you want a kid and you have a kid, I mean, nothing's going to make you want to make more money than having a kid, right? I mean, you're going to have to, right? So you don't have a choice, really. It's the same thing with like getting a spouse, especially as a man. There's nothing's going to make you need/want to get more money, make more money than having somebody that's relying on you. So it's all the way around a good idea.
Yeah. Getting
married, having kids, got no choice but to make more money. Work hard. Yeah, but I mean, if you decide to stay, if you decide to wait to have kids, in order to be financially stable, still nothing wrong with that.
What do you think is better?
What I think is better?
Yeah.
I think it's better to have kids ASAP, the younger you are.
ASAP Rocky?
ASAP no Rocky, actually. Dude, imagine naming your kid Rocky. He's bound to be a bully at school.
Yeah, Rocky's a tough one.
Rocky.
My grandma had a cockatiel named Rocky.
Really?
Dude's a real, I don't want to say it, but beehole, huh? That thing will.
Is that the one that like talks?
No, but it'll do the Brady Bunch.
It'll do the Brady Bunch.
The little whistle. I can't.
So it can sing? Well, I guess everybody can sing.
No, it'll whistle the little jingle. I don't remember how it goes.
But it won't talk.
No talking.
Huh.
What about? There's a verse in the Bible that says, I wish I remembered exactly, but it says children are like arrows in the quiver.
Yeah, it's in Psalm somewhere.
More the merrier, Or
I don't know.
Or if you
that's what the verse is.
Or if you got a good shot, you only need one, huh?
I think it means you got one. Okay, I get it. It's a joke. I mean, back in the day, they'd have plenty of kids just so they can have some workers. I don't know if that's the greatest idea, but
why is it not though? Why have we let our minds get to where we think that that's a silly idea? Because it's not.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back. I don't mean it's a bad idea to do that. I mean, obviously, if you have kids, you want them to what's the word? Work in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Provide something.
Yeah.
Be useful. You don't want them to just do nothing. And again, I mean, this is a soapbox of mine. Paying your kids to do chores, stupid idea.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to pay your kids to do that because, it teaches them that, I'm just going to do this for the money, not because I'm a part of the family. And that's something that my parents did with me. They didn't pay me to do chores. And at the time I was like, this is stupid.
But you got that food allowance.
Huh?
You got that food allowance, huh?
Did I?
I remember you getting a little food allowance.
Oh, for eating out?
$20, go Chipotle?
Yeah,
What's
I
up
did.
with that,
I
huh?
forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember because every time I'd see you with that 20, I'd say, man, I wish I had a freaking food allowance, bro. I love Chipotle.
That's different, though, because an allowance teaches you how to handle money. right?
Okay. Now, what about? But I also think it's good to, you know, maybe you give your kids work. Say, hey, I really need those leaves picked up. Here's a 5, and then they get a sense of, if I'm a hard worker, I'm going to be rewarded for it. So there's also a little bit of that.
If you're talking about at home, I don't think that's a good idea. But
Never? Because I'm thinking sometimes it's got to be
no,
a good idea to instill that. No?
no, not at home. I don't think. I mean, like growing up, I wouldn't get paid obviously for doing chores at the house. But like, and even if we went to somebody in our church who needed, I don't know, a lawn mowed or something, like an elderly person, I would say.
Yeah. An EP.
Yeah, my dad wouldn't let us take money from him.
Okay.
But if we were the ones to go out to do something for somebody, weekly or whatever, mow somebody's lawn on our own accord,
Yeah.
then we could charge for that,
I get that.
But
I also think
you gotta know when to be like, it's okay, you don't have to pay me for this, and know when it's like, okay, I'm doing this as a business, or my time is worth this money.
I think maybe you got to kind of engage your kid when they come out, Does this kid already kind of got some drive in him, or man, that's tough,
When they come out the womb?
No, just like everybody's a person. Like when they're growing up, you can start to see how they.
You said come out. Okay.
We gauge them as they come up.
Okay.
Come out of the womb, see how they naturally act. Because if you're, maybe you do have a lazy kid or something, and you want to get that out of them. Maybe saying, "Hey, dang, it's tough." Because you don't want to reward being lazy. But also, if giving them a 5 or something to do a little extra work past something would incentivize them, and then, now they got $5 to go hang out with their friends or something, maybe they start to get real, enthusiasm out of that. And they want to start, being a hard worker. That was tough.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to reward being lazy.
No.
What do you mean? I'll let that float off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let that little idea just.
I'll let that one float.
Sneak into those little honkies' ears and just kind of tickle them, but not really give them any. I won't peel off the screensaver.
Yeah, no concrete answers.
What did you mean by this Dr. Phil thing? What Dr. Phil got you thinking about?
Dr. Phil.
The old DP boy.
So, Mr. Phil McCraw was talking. And he was talking about kids, talking about his own kids.
Okay.
And he was saying that so you've heard, I assume, and I've heard most of my life of the term, spending quality time with each other.
Sure.
Quality time with your parents or whoever. But his challenge to that statement was it needs to be changed to regarding kids. It needs to not be quality time with your kids, but you need to spend quantity time with your kids.
Interesting.
So I think what he was getting at, and I found this interesting because I don't really think I've thought of this before, but what I think he was kind of getting at with saying that quantity time instead of quality is just the fact of you being around your kids a lot means you'll understand them more, and they'll understand you, and they'll get more comfortable with you, and just all these benefits. Whereas if it's just quality time, then that obviously means you're not going to be with them as much. But it's going to be like, we're going to go to this MLB game, and we're going to go watch this movie at this theater, You know, I think we would classify those as quality time, quote unquote.
But I wouldn't really.
Sure, I mean, I don't think that's really what quality time would be, but I mean, people would think that would be considered that.
Yeah.
And you don't really get to know each other that way, you know? It's just something fun. Quality time can include that, but it can also include times of, like, you know, being uncomfortable together, you know?
I think maybe a way to look at it would be, maybe the best way would be look at the quantity of your quality time. Because if you have really nice quality time 2 times a year, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
But if you have consistent 30 minutes of quality time a day, way big difference. Okay? Like for me, when I thought...
But it doesn't just have to be quality. It can just be 30 minutes. It can't include quality for sure.
But intentional. Because the first thing that I thought about was whenever I started working at my first job, I could not drive. So my mom literally had to take me to work in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, guess what, dude? It's not fun to talk. Because you just woke up.
Yeah.
But I remember my mom pestering me.
Say something.
And saying, you know, just thinking about things. Thinking about not, you know, could have just turned on the music. Could have jammed out. That's quality time, right? Huh? Listen to whatever crap's coming through the radio. But instead, what is she doing? She's putting on Dave Ramsey. Here's money. Here's what happens when you use it wrong. Here's what's happened when you use it right. She's putting on, you know, just talking about what's actually going on in my life and not avoiding that time. It's very easy to be quiet in the car for 30 minutes. And you're still spending quality time with your kid, quotations. So I think the challenge would be spend quality time in quantity.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
And that doesn't mean I spend 5 hours a day with my kid, you know, breathing down his neck, or I spend 5 hours a day with my kid, you know, really spending quality time with him. Because I think this is where it gets a little weird. As men, we also have a responsibility to provide. And so I think it is possible for us to give ourselves a pass to be lazy as spending quality time with our kids.
Say that again?
I think it's easy to, you know what? I could work a little harder, put my family in a better situation to where I'm able to give them more quality time.
So you're saying you work overtime?
Work a little overtime, yes.
Thereby not spending as much quantity time with your kid. But
I think you can do both. I think that the modern lie is that, you know, we're seeing this weird movement of basically people telling dads to be stay-at-home dads in a weird fashion. Like work 36 hours a week, you know, kind of scrape it together, be in control of your or this is I feel like this weird.
Well,
there people are trying to grab the passion out of men, I think, and possibly even women too. But I feel like, and so they're coming in with these subtle things like, hey, don't go to work so much, spend time with your kids. Which is, yes, that is a truth, but that truth can be taken too far, in my opinion. And I think it's a hard balance to find. But I think also being a hard worker is a form of love. Tell me where I'm wrong, because I did not say it well.
I think I agree with you for the most part. I mean, obviously, the world's idea of a family is not what our idea is of it. I mean, the husband, the father, needs to be the leader of the home, which means I believe he needs to make the money for the home. The majority, at least.
It's his responsibility that his family eats.
Yeah,
that's the important part.
It's his responsibility to take care of them, and I believe making money and providing is encompassed in that. But so that's his responsibility, and the wife's responsibility, the mother, is to, I think, and I believe, to stay at home with the kid, to raise him, really. Obviously, it's a part of that falls on the man as well. But when he comes home from work, I don't think he just needs to be plopping himself on the couch and watching TV because he's had a hard day or whatever.
But the game's on, dude.
I know, dude.
It's an important game.
It's gonna be tough, man.
The OU game's on.
It's gonna be tough when OU's in the championship and I'm a dad and I can't watch it because I got to spend time with my kid.
Let me think about what else,
dude. Put on bed earlier.
Dad, come play with me.
No, son. Shut up.
OU's down 27-3. We stink.
Yeah, dude. Can't win a playoff game.
Jimmy Manziel's on. Johnny Manziel's son.
Jimmy.
What else, dude?
Yeah. I agree with you saying that the culture now is pushing dads to be like kind of the stay-at-home mom per se. Because I see that kind of subliminal messaging in movies and ads. Like I just saw an Amazon ad of, I think it was airing during Christmas time, of it was following this mom, and she was coming home from work, and it was her husband, I assume, just there with the kid. So it was like role reversal there. It's like trying to tell us something. I think that's being pushed a lot. The feminization of men is something that's been pretty obvious for a while, and I don't think that's good at all. But look, I think spending time with your kids is important. Quantity time, I think, is important, but it's also important to let your kid, as he is growing, to be alone. Have his own space. Because parents nowadays don't know how to leave their kids alone because they don't trust them. I guess they don't. They got a tracker on every kid's phone now. Life 360. Every parent's got that on their kid's phone.
Huh.
And yeah, it can be kind of scary, I would assume, to just not know who your kid is. But families have been doing that for centuries.
Yeah.
I would just go out. When I was younger, I'd go out and play for like hours, and my parents would know where I was.
And you only got molested once.
Only one time, and other kids got 3 times.
They were slower.
They were slower, yeah. They couldn't pedal as fast. But yeah, having that time alone, and sending your kid to the store by himself to get some groceries, that's good for him. Learning the streets. And the kids nowadays don't know street names.
Okay.
These pesky kids don't know anything.
I would say, I think that we've lost the responsibilities is the most important part, I would say. I would say the responsibility of a man is to be a monetary provider and a safety provider, and safety in finances. Your family doesn't have to worry about that. You are a safe space. Like, you're not going to put your family in a scary position. You're not going to have $100,000 in debt. That's not a safe position. That's a scary position. You're going to be emotionally safe. You're not going to be somebody that's callous and, hey, what are you crying for, huh?
You're not going to be that guy who's never cries in front of his kids.
Yeah.
Or never apologizes.
An emotionally safe person is somebody that you can come to, and when you do come to, gives you truthful advice. Somebody that doesn't, beat around the bush. Because it's not loving to not tell somebody the truth.
Yeah.
I think I did too many negatives, and I screwed that up. But tell your kids the truth
Yeah.
is being emotionally safe. So what I say, provider, a safe space is your responsibility. A emotionally safe for your wife too. You have to. That is your responsibility. That's your utmost chief responsibility. And for women, I do think that your utmost responsibility is nurturing your family, nurturing your husband, making sure he is able to keep the family safe. I think that's a big task, and nurturing your family, your kids, making sure they are growing and taken care of. Now, if you are some kind of superhuman and are able to do both, that's when I say I don't think if you're not neglecting your responsibilities, then I don't have a problem with it. Is my personal opinion. If you're not the stay-at-home mom or something, I think if you can truly say that you're doing all those things, then I don't have, do what you want to do. Be a lawyer. But
that'd be impressive.
My argument would be that's really hard to do.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if I could do that. It'd be really hard. Yeah.
Dang it, dude. We just got canceled.
Yeah, we did.
Canceled, bro.
I've got
I can feel the camera beaming at me, dude.
I can feel YouTube just censoring every one of these clips.
No, can you see? I'm shying away from the camera. I'm
stand strong. I just thought of a question that we can ask to wrap this up. Do you think the majority of parents, just in general,
I also feel a little hypocritical talking about kids when I don't have kids, but keep going.
Do you think the majority of parents know this? Like what we've been talking about?
Inherently?
Just like general parenting, because I don't think so.
I'd say no, because I think some kind of sick mind virus has swept society where somehow everything is your parents' fault, and since every bad reaction from a kid is the parents' fault, we've gone into, oh my gosh, the house is on fire, protect it at all cost. Parents have to make sure we don't traumatize our kids at all cost. Make sure, they are, do everything we can to avoid discomfort, because a weird, sick Sigmund Freud philosophy that all your reactions or all of your habits and all of your normal thought patterns are because of your parents, then, oh no, world's on fire. We have to make sure our kids are as safe as possible. They have to be comforted. They have to be coddled. Because if we screw up even a little bit, what happens? Then the kid, it's my fault. He's a thief. Because, I traumatized him by spanking him.
Yeah, that gets a little bit into what we talked about last episode with the therapy.
So
the book, which I finished finally.
Yeah, I guess I think that parents do. Obviously, they're not off the hook, but we've let the norm be.
Trauma is the buzzword in all of this, right?
Yeah,
my kid's got some sort of trauma. Okay, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. If he does, that's fine, right? Doesn't mean he's broken.
He's not broken.
I think everybody has trauma, but depending on what you classify as trauma, losing your favorite, highlighter at school, it's not trauma. It's just sheltering.
I'm trying to think of how to. Trauma is not good because that's a hurting person, right? And when a person is hurt, it's a real emotion. Like Jordan Peterson likes to get into debates with atheists and say pain is real. humans in possibly the most, as his terminology, possibly the most real thing is pain because everybody experiences it and everybody knows what it feels like, And so pain is real, but the overcorrection that we've made is trying to get away from pain and trying to get kids away from trauma. But what we've done by that is not allowing them to help themselves. When you try to take somebody's pain away from them, you're kicking their legs out from under them when they're trying to stand up.
Having no kid experience pain is probably the most painful thing you can do for a kid, if you think about it.
Yeah, because...
I like the term you use there, overcorrection,
Yeah.
They're doing way too far to the other side of the spectrum, which is just not good.
Which I'm getting scared. I don't know if I shouldn't even be on the air right now. I shouldn't even be live, dude.
You wanna cut?
Beep. I'm getting
You can
worried.
tell me afterwards if you want.
I'm getting worried that this is such a stupid thing, but I'm getting worried it's becoming cool to be
gay,
conservative almost, or like cool to be
red pill
or something, because it seems like everybody's jumping over here, and I'm wondering if people are doing it for clout or not. I don't know. I'm sorry I had that thought on air, but
apologize for having a thought.
I'm sorry. It's weird because all of a sudden it was cool to be
I see what you're. Yeah, I think you're. I mean, I've thought the same. Well, I don't know about cool, but I thought of I think the tide's turning a little bit.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, the past 10 years, I think it was cool to be far left and to be bisexual, whatever, fill in the blank. But now, I'm starting to see a little bit of back to reality here.
Yeah.
But then again, like you said, there can be an overcorrection.
Let me.
I like to leave our listeners
what
a
are we
little
at?
bit of a. Huh?
What are we at? What time?
I think a little over an hour, hour 10.
Oh dang! I wanted to read a quote, but I don't have my phone. Give the. I must look it up. Give the viewers an inspirational speech.
An inspirational speech?
And then I'll hit him.
What do you think I know an inspirational speech?
Get hyped for the camera right now, dude. Look into the Honkies' eyes and tell them what they got. And I'm gonna look up this quote.
Blood along moves the wheels of history. We are warriors.
No, dude, you're gonna get us canceled. They're gonna think
what? I'm doing inspirational quotes.
They're gonna think we're neo-Nazis.
No, this is Dwight Schrute 101. I don't know any inspirational.
I gotta look up this
quote,
freaking quote, dude, because I heard it today and it was so freaking true, brother. And people say Aristotle didn't say this, but I'm gonna say he did because it's debated, and you don't know the truth. You weren't there, so I'm gonna do the truth I like.
Yeah, how many of y'all know Aristotle personally?
This is my truth. No, this is what we'll leave on. Aristotle said, "Criticism is something we can avoid easily by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing." Let's save him.
Okay. Thanks for listening to this Honkies podcast. Honk out. Honk.
Yeah, we don't know nothing, but we hope you enjoy the something. We're just honkies that don't know nothing. You know we have fun and it doesn't bust it. We love you, honky. Man, we keep the gravy and stuff, man. Gravy and stuff, and I keep your mom in a Dutch oven. Gravy and stuff. Gravy and stuff, man. Gravy and stuff, man.